Welcome to Sound Values, powered in part by LSA Burger and Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Tuning in tonight on DentonRadio.com. We are broadcasting out of the beautiful Discover and Welcome Center on the ever-welcoming summer Denton Square right now. My name is Kind Beats, and folks, tonight in the studio we have some very special guests for you. They were going to be here 2 weeks ago, but we had that tornado. You know how things go. So we had to shut it down, but we've got them out here this way. We've got the boys of Westway right over here with me. How's it going, y'all?
Good. Fantastic.
It's
I'm
good.
glad it's not tornadoing.
I'm glad we crammed. Yeah, if we had all this during the tornado, it'd be just things would be impaling and it wouldn't go over well.
Good decision.
Yeah. So real quick, let's go ahead and go across the band. Everybody introduce yourselves and let everybody know what you do.
I'm Austin Arnold. I play rhythm guitar and I'm the lead singer of this group of gentlemen.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Caleb and I play bass.
All right, and the drummer's doing his own lapel work, which is great.
I'm Tyler, and I handle this microphone, and I play the drums.
And I'm Zach, and I play lead guitar.
Right on, right on. So, fellas, I kind of want to just dive in. I gave y'all a pre-warning on the question that I was going to ask, so we're going to start right here with you, Austin. What is your first musical memory? Like, when you think about music, it's like, you know, there's a reason that guitar is in your hand. So what is it?
My first musical memory, I believe, is a terrifying one. So I have two cousins that are probably like 10 or 12 years older than me. And whenever we used to go to their house, they used to like be in like I want to say like a thrash punk band. I don't remember.
Okay.
And we would like all the kids would go off and adults do their thing. And we would go into the garage and they'd start playing music and they would turn the lights off and it would just be like strobe lights and just heavy metal music. And like I remember like falling at one point and hitting my head. And I want to say my mom came and got me and like I was just scarred from that music for a while. And then like once they got older and became cooler to me, I guess, then I started really liking their music because I grew up on like listening to like classic rock and the country stuff my dad did. But I always really liked classic rock and all that. But then something switched and I got into metal and punk rock and all that stuff.
We all know.
But,
you grow up listening.
But like every musician will tell you, I listen to everything. So.
Yeah. All right. And how about you, man?
Okay, so I have memories that don't really stand out as much as this one from when I was younger, but I just remember being like 13 or 14 and my girlfriend at the time being like, there's a show at the VFW in Sherman.
Yes.
If y'all remember.
Yes, dude. I know Sherman pretty well.
I was in a band in the VFW back in the day for a little bit.
Yeah, my first show that I saw of local bands, and it was just people I didn't know. I don't even remember the names anymore. But I just remember going to that, and I was like, you can just do this? Like, this is cool.
Yeah.
So, that was it.
What a place
That's what's up, man. Very cool. And how about you, my man?
It's a little more embarrassing than these two.
Okay.
I remember in 4th grade, we had like roller skates during PE, and we would blast music, and there was this girl I really liked, and so this Kenny Chesney song came on, and I just really remember skating around and just trying to serenade her to some Kenny Chesney. And
What song was it?
There's nothing wrong with that.
it wasn't She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy. There was another one off that album.
Okay.
but
That was a hot track back in the day.
Yeah.
That was your first love of music.
Well, I think it was the first
How
time
far
to-
you've come.
Roller skating to Kenny Chesney.
What else do you need?
There it is.
Yeah, he really opened up, though. That's
I wish
what
that was my story.
I hope that I do that. Make them feel comfortable to open up about the Kenny Chesney moments in their
told
life. We can shut it down. We can shut it down right now if you like.
If we want to.
So Zach, how about
So
Zach?
this might take
All right, yeah,
Zach.
Zach.
All right, so mine's easy. So about 4 years old, my oldest brother comes over and starts playing guitar. And that's just the first memory I have of him playing guitar. And immediately I told mother, I need a guitar.
I told mother.
I need this.
And like my birthday that year, I opened on Christmas Day a guitar case about this big.
Half the size.
And
Yep.
half the size, and it's red, and it's got rainbow binding, and it's this beautiful little acoustic guitar, and it
Nice.
had my name on it, and I was like,
Oh,
this is it.
That's fire
That's
right
personal.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, running
That's
around the
good.
house like Chuck Berry at that point, man. That's what's up, dude. Well, yeah, and that's the reason I asked that question is everybody has their own thing. I told y'all mine. It was Garth Brooks. You know, Kenny's all right. You know, he's no Garth.
I mean,
but
we're Garth Brooks in it right now.
okay. Yeah, you know, so everybody kind of has their own experience with that. So when it comes to like, you know, forming a band, that's a whole new kind of aspect. So like, let's kind of start off. I mean, and anybody can take the leads. You guys can look back and forth, but this band has first. You guys have kind of changed names now. Have members changed at all?
From what the band was originally,
Yeah.
yes. We kept the same name for a bit, and then we
Okay.
decided to drop it.
Okay, cool. And so, how did y'all start to form this new group and this new idea?
Zach, do you want to take it away, or I guess since I kind of started this whole thing, I guess I'll take it. So I started I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible. I was working in Fort Worth and living in Denton. Like my lease and the contract I had like ended, so I had to like go back home for a little bit. And I had two guys from my hometown that wanted to play some music, and they were big metal heads. They were big metal heads, and I was listening to like a lot of pop punk at the time, and so it just kind of like that's kind of what came out for a bit, and then
I mean, at
Even-
first y'all were just jamming, right?
yeah, at first
And
we were just kind of
then-
jamming, and then we're like, oh, let's try to write some because I had some stuff on my SoundCloud. I'm not going to tell you the name of that one because I don't want anyone to hear that.
I know how that goes.
But
I'm on pure volume
so then
somewhere.
I asked Caleb to come into the picture, and then make the long story shorter. We were on our way to I don't know if we were on our way or same day, but our drummer at the time decided to quit while we were on like our first big gig. It was at the Dirty 30.
Oh, yeah.
There you
And
go.
like day of, he's like, I'm not
Super
coming,
good.
guys. And we're like, you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm not coming, guys.
I was like, can we just get
And
this
so we played
one
anyway.
show and then maybe
Yeah,
after
we
that?
ended up playing
No,
anyway, and it
no,
was
no.
really embarrassing.
You did it with no drummer?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
incredible.
I mean, everybody.
Everyone
like,
respected
had
it, though.
respect For
They
it.
had-
Yeah.
they had
It
a
was
lot of
still like,
respect for it.
I don't want to watch
But
that.
then, so after a little bit, the old guitarist, which I'm still friends with those guys, he decided because they also had their own like metal project, and I was like, hey, if y'all want to do that, it's fine, no hard feelings. I just want to like get it
Yeah,
done so I
yeah,
can like
do
work
this.
on this. And then, so Tyler came to another show where it was just us without a drummer, and he's like, hey man, I want to play. And so
twice.
I can do
all of us went to high school
That
together.
is so awesome.
It's
Or
like
the three
same
of us
thing.
went to high school together, so like we all happened to live in Denton at the same time.
Okay,
which is
very
great.
cool.
And
He was busking on the south side of Harry Hines, right? That's where we
That's-
found Zach.
You go busking?
That's adjacent.
I know
Is
how
that
it
a-
goes.
True.
Well, what? Okay. But yeah, so I knew Zach through a friend of a friend, like we'd met at the bars, and because that's like where we lived was on Fry Street.
Exactly.
Shout out Fry Street.
Yep.
Not anymore. Don't live there anymore. But yeah, so I knew he played, and then like he came to our first practice in Tyler's room, which was on Westway Street, which is where the name came from.
You know, I saw that street the other day, and I was about to
saw that
I was,
street, guys.
Dang old, I was gonna ask. I was
yeah,
about to message
right-
you, be like, "Hey man, I found your band name. If you didn't know, you should go,
You should try to get
So-
a picture of this
go
song.
see- yeah, go
And so
see-
I think, and it's nothing against the other guys, but I think me and Caleb really landed a score because he's the best drummer that I know personally, and he's the best guitarist that I know personally.
Well, there you
so
go. That
I got-
works
I
out
got
real
nothing.
well, man.
If anybody else
That
has
works
anything
out.
to add, I know I kind
then
of
you got
went out
us.
there for a minute. We're
I only
just-
have like one thing to add. I think it's funny that you got Tyler in the band by pure necessity of like, hey, you guys don't have one of these. I'm here.
guys, I can do it. I can.
Oh yeah, I interviewed some a couple of guys a few weeks ago. Cameron Trevino and his.
Oh.
That's how
Oh,
his
yeah.
drummer. He was just like, yeah, he didn't have a drummer and he needed one. I can't tell. Like,
Well, no,
and then,
like,
all right,
it was
that's-
Trenton. Yeah, he
Yeah,
offered.
Trenton,
he offered
yeah.
to play at our show. That
Yeah.
he's like, I would, but y'all have like some double bass going on, and I don't know if I can do
Yeah, we
that.
had
Yeah.
double bass
Yeah.
back then.
And
that was weird.
there was
Weird
another,
time.
yeah, there's another band where the guy, their drummer was watching the band play, and he went up after the show, and he was like, "Hey, your drummer's not very good. I should play with y'all." And then they were like,
That's what he said to us.
"Okay." Yeah, the drummer's not here, and they were like, "Okay, well, come play with it." And so they did, and then they were like, "We felt bad, but he was way better." Like it was just what was the better move for the band.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the recordings, you know, do you guys have some new music out where people can kind of go and find the new stuff compare like that? Because like I said, I listened to the old stuff on Spotify and I like that. But where can we find some of the new music from Westway?
Well, we just got finished recording like last month, so essentially what we're going to do over the course of this year, I think we're going to release 4 EPs, I think, with like 3 or 4 songs on them.
Nice,
Just
okay.
like,
Just
right
like-
when we get them, and so like our buddy works at a studio down in Austin,
Okay.
Buda Treehouse Studios.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Nice.
His name's Trevor Jordan, really good guy.
Very cool.
And so, yeah, he's going to be sending us like the final mixes this week, and hopefully, like within a week or two, you can find us on whatever you music on.
Right on,
So-
fellas. Right on. Well, guys, I would love to hear some of the new material. We've
Or if
got
you're listening,
all the
you can hear us right now.
Exactly. We've got all the new equipment. Plus, even if you don't hear it now, you can watch it again and again and again afterwards.
That's true.
'Cause it's going to be that
Let's
good.
nail this thing.
So, what's the name of the first track we've got right here? While you
The name of the first track is called Saint Marie.
Saint Marie. All right, y'all. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I've got Westway in the studio tonight, and this is their track, Saint Marie. You guys take it away when you're ready.
Y'all ready?
Top notch right there. Top notch. Digging it. Now, I was taking a few notes as I was just like certain parts where I was like, so there's a portion of that song where you say nothing gold can stay. Now, Nothing Gold Can Stay will always take me back to Newfound Glory, where they sampled that in their album Sticks and Stones with from The Outsiders. So when it comes to y'all's influences, you know, we'll start off here with you, Austin. Who are some of your influences in either your guitar playing, songwriting, just all of that in general?
So like as far as lyricism goes, like my favorite band of all time is Motion City Soundtrack.
Dude.
And so I got
Dude,
I got 'em.
it took me, I'm not kidding, they had a huge hit like in 04, 05. That was always
Everything Is All Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one, and then there was another one too that they had that was a little bit before that, but yes,
He's on it.
my favorite.
It's his favorite band.
Yeah, dude, and it took me like it was like 3 years after that came out. I was trying to find it, and this guy named John Herms. He always knew the music, and I just like told him, I was like, the guy's got huge hair. In the music video, the guy's like jumping up and down on his keyboard. He's like, oh, it's Motion City Soundtrack. I was like, yes, like it's been 3 years, and I just binged listening to that. So that's sweet, man. Now I can hear that influence for sure.
But yeah, I didn't really like start legit writing, like trying to write lyrics till I was probably like 18 or 19. I'm 27 now. I'm old.
Okay.
And so me and Tyler, we kind of share writing responsibility. He's much better with his words than I am. So
Okay.
like, a lot of times, like I might come up with like a cool like phrase, or, like an idea for a song, and like sometimes he likes my stuff. Sometimes he's like, why don't we say something different there? And so
He's got a good way of delivering.
but yeah,
notes.
I don't hate it.
I have too many heavy
favorite
influences
line.
to, like, it's pretty much whoever I'm listening to, whoever
Yeah.
I'm like hardcore listening to at that time is my influence. Like, like I've been listening to Kings of Leon like hardcore for like a week and a half now, and Zach hates it. I mean, he likes Kings of Leon, but he's like, he won't shut up about it.
And how about you, man? What would you say are some influences or, you know, people who've inspired you in the different ways of writing? Or
Well,
just coming up with anything,
I don't
really.
write lyrics because
Okay.
I'm not good at that.
not who I am.
I don't know. I usually I kind of start with whatever they're doing, and I'm feeling part of it, and that's where I draw inspiration from these guys. While
Yeah.
I'm writing bass,
Ah.
I don't have anyone specific that I draw
Okay.
from
Okay,
for
yeah.
bass, because I actually didn't start playing bass until he was like, do you want to do this? And I was like, I can play guitar. And he was like, it's like that, but with 4 strings. And so, yeah.
All right, yeah.
But then he got himself a pretty bait. He's
No,
shelled out the money. So
You know, my buddy Zach Walker's the same way. He's like, well, I played guitar, but then Fun Button, once again, they just needed a bassist. So I walked up to him and was like, you guys need a bassist. That's how it works, man. That's awesome. Okay, so how about you, man? Do you have any influences as drummers, or like where, you know, what do you take from?
Yeah, for drums,
How long do
definitely a
we
lot
have?
of like a lot of funk and R&B, things that groove. Bill Withers is big.
Oh, yeah.
Just his drum tracks are amazing. But for lyrics and stuff, Me Without You is a pretty big influence for me. Aaron Wise has a great way with words. And
Nice.
then Fleet Foxes, just kind of that indie rock style.
Uh-huh. For
I
sure.
wish I could write like they could quite as well, but we'll get there.
All right. And how about you, Zach?
Oh man.
I forgot to say who we all probably is like
Where
our
do you
central
start?
guy.
John Mayer?
With Mayer,
John- yeah, we're
Do you
all
start with John
centrally
Mayer
around John Mayer.
because I'm gonna throw John Mayer into my answer just
Yeah,
for
I mean-
everything.
Mayer
Yeah.
was a big influence growing up. You know, before that was Slash. Before that was Mark Tremonti.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've kind of transcended, you know, just guitar playing and more into just full song. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of like that song. It's less like little like bluesy leads because I love bluesy leads and I probably annoyed them with
He does.
bluesy leads.
Never.
But more or less just like how can I fill out the song, and that's why I like look at, you know, I look at a lot of Foo Fighters, a lot of Kings of Leon, even more like post-hardcore bands like, you know, Dance Gavin Dance is
Okay.
big about how
Ooh.
a lead guitar can actually fill out what seems like a heavy song, but if you break it down, I mean, it's mostly clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take apart the screaming and you've got more of a punk song with a cool lead line in it.
Mm-hmm.
Will-
Yeah, even
Will
even
Swan.
when we're doing sound check, I can kind of see the difference, and it definitely, like when you hit that, you know, and pump that kind of distortion up a little bit more, it adds that grime to it. But then you guys quickly duck out into something that's very clean, you know, sounding. And I have to give props anybody who can let everything shut down and just and do that and not mess up. Bumps, dude,
I
bumps.
appreciate that.
You know,
Got a little sweat going right there.
it's
bud.
that's a difficult process, man.
Yeah, and
So,
I'm not a lead type guitar player either. So that's my one good
Yeah.
part.
Man, okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump into the next track, guys. I love that one.
I need
so
the other guitar.
let's
need the
get into
guitar?
that. Okay, we're
Yeah,
changing.
This one's in a different tune.
We're changing guitars real quick, so we're gonna make that
This song's
happen.
probably a
We're gonna
little-
make that
maybe a little
happen real
louder.
quick. So. Yeah, that's pretty. So we're changing out the guitars now. While this is happening, you've never held this guitar. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Now, one thing that I've noticed is usually parents of drummers are very, very cool. Because there has to be a lot of sound. Now, when did you start playing drums?
Well, I started hitting pillows on my bed first.
Nice,
and
there you
just
go.
Setting a chair right next to it, so I
Okay.
can be as loud as I want. And then I got my first drum set when I was about 15. or
Okay.
so. And I could play it in the summer when my mom wasn't around.
Okay. Well, there you go, man. There you
think you got left at a couple of my houses a few times.
And then it's been around, you know, the block.
Yeah, you just you find that house where it's cool and then you leave it there.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had a buddy who I remember one time we were all hanging out. This is not even that long ago, and he was like, "Hey," I was like, "Man, I wish we could jam right now." You know, we've been at the bar hanging out. He's like, "Dude, let's just go back to my place." I was like, "All right, cool. Well, I have one homie who still lives with his parents. He's a real homie guy. Like, just like
Focus on home.
He's just super chill about it, and like even his girlfriend's like, I don't care. He saves a lot of money, and we have nice dinners because of it. Like, but I can remember going to his place. And then I was like, "Is this cool?" He's like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it." So I just assumed the parents were out of town. It's 2 a.m. We just start jamming in his room upstairs. And all of a sudden I hear this, "Bye-bye!" And I'm like, "Dude, what was that?" He's like, "Oh, it's my mom. She's asleep downstairs." I was like, "Why are we doing this? This is not this. I've known you for a long time, man, and you're supposed
the
like,
meatloaf.
Yeah, mom is not up making meatloaf right now. That's not what's going on." So anytime I run into people who play those loud instruments, because that's why, I started playing guitar. I wanted to play drums, but too loud, too loud. So I got cut off from that, and I was given a guitar, but I was like, actually, I wasn't even given. My dad's fingers were just too fat to play it, and I got he self-admitted that, and I got grounded for bad grades. So I figured, what else can I do with my time? But try to learn some John Mayer to impress the girls at school, Yeah. So if I could only play like him. So all right, fellas, are we ready to go on the next track?
I think so.
And what is
I don't know how loud this is going to be. This song's
Okay.
a little more loud.
All right, we'll bring that one down a little bit. And what is the name of this track?
Oh, Shut Me Out.
All right,
We have practice names for a lot of stuff, so it gets confusing. We're like, what are we playing now?
Dude, I have tracks that are called like "It's Raining Outside" right now. 'Cause
I have
that's
something like that.
exactly what's
I have one
happening.
called Father's Day I remember writing it on Father's Day.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are in the studio with Westway. Y'all go ahead and take it away.
Okay. I think so, yeah.
Here we go, boys.
One, two, three, four. And time may seem vacant, waiting to awaken from a dream that I've been captive in for weeks. Just be patient, I'll wake up eventually from this sleep. But honestly, if I have a way, you would join me in my escape. We'd leave this place.
find peace. Old days are over with all this daylight running beneath the trees. But honestly, if I had my way, you would join me in my escape. It's a new day.
So that's a fun one, y'all. That was very fun. That one that's got some more dance vibes. I can move a lot. I really like Zach. I love that section you added in there too. That probably doesn't sound like it, it does, but I'll describe the hammer-ons, But yeah, I thought that was awesome, fellas. That was great. So those were those. I mean, I'm a fan. I'll come watch y'all. So do y'all have some shows coming up? Where can we catch y'all? Because I know y'all finished up a round of shows like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I saw that.
We played almost every weekend in April. That was pretty fun.
Very nice.
But yeah, I'm emailing a lot of places. I'm not really good at getting show because we're relatively all pretty new to doing this. Like I was in a band for a very short time in high school, but we're all just late to the game. We're just like, let's just take a chance.
Yeah.
So
you got to do it, man. Now, I highly recommend Backyard on Bell down the street. They are always open to having new people on and play shows. And so send Zach Walker, send him an email, man. And like I said, you'll have some tracks recorded. Send him that. Be like, hey, this is what we've got. I mean, he's always open to putting people on a bill over there because that's the thing is like. I ran sound for them for a while, and it was everything from noise rock to blues to everything. And so they're like, why wouldn't we just have all different types of music? Because it brings all new types of people to the venue. And I had no idea that I had such a love for math rock until I started running sound for math rock. And I was like, dude, I love math rock now. So we don't have any. Do we have upcoming shows right now? Or we're still reaching out.
No, if anyone's listening to this, that does booking.
Yeah, there we go.
Shout out. Like Cameron told us like he was going to try to get like a Bill going. Like he had something going, but he said he wanted to put us on something else. So
very cool. Yeah, Cameron's good people, man. Especially over there at Dan Silverleaf. He's awesome. Now, fellas, I wish we had longer to talk. I wish we had longer to talk, but I think we might have to do this again sometime as well. We might expand the setup. We'll see what we can do. Now, if people want to find y'all online, where do they go to look for you?
So if doesn't come up with Westway, our handle on almost everything is the band Westway. Yeah. Because I couldn't think of a good way to make just Westway. Yeah, because there's other things that are called Westway. Yeah. So I'm like Instagram, I think is the band Westway. Twitter's the band Westway.
Nice.
I think if you search Westway on Facebook, you'll find us. But
Very cool. Very cool. Well, guys, thank you so much again for coming into
you.
the
Thank
studio
you for
tonight.
having
Once
us.
again,
We
sorry,
appreciate it.
sorry, Mother Nature got angry at us a couple of
that's
weeks
okay.
ago.
She was great today.
tearing things down. You know, I know a lot of rain's good though.
Yeah.
Rain is good for plants. You know,
Exactly.
and
That's right.
plants, make lettuce, and then we make salads. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyways.
And on that note,
Yeah. Y'all make sure to stay tuned in, though. There's still more to come. We've got Ellie Bell in the Denton vibe. She's set up there, right? She's staring at him. She looks happy. She's doing good. She's smiling, as always.
Sorry we took
as
so long.
Ellie always is. It'll be okay. I'll get my lashings later on in the back. All right. Next week, I have my homie Fully Maxed out of Dallas coming up. He is a up-and-coming producer, and I'm actually going to be competing against him on Thursday for a spot in the Backwoods Music Festival up in Arkansas. So y'all make sure to find out if one of us wins. Maybe we'll arm wrestle over it live and see who can take the title at that point. I know it's a big risk, but we'll see what happens. As once again, folks, we have Westway in the studio tonight. Thank you so much for coming out, fellas. We really, really appreciate it. So y'all stay tuned in right here for Ellie Bell and the Denton Vibe next on DentonRadio.com. I will see y'all next week.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton.